given the weather situation today, I'm sure we got some people logging in virtually, so others might find it difficult to get here on time. But that being said, thank you for joining us today. I call the December 19th meeting of the Human Rights Commission to order. Let us begin with an introduction of commission members.
Rochella Boa, Commissioner Member.
Cody Severson, Commission Member.
Nancy Boyle, Commission Member.
Sekou Sirleaf, Chair of the Commission.
Kristen Nelson, Commission Member.
Courtney Cronbach, Commission Member.
Zoe Apsey, Commission Member.
The next item on our agenda,
Carolyn B. Craft Online, Commission Member.
I forgot. Thank you, Carolyn. Yep. Do we have any other person logging in virtually? Thank you, Carolyn. The next item is to approve the agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Agenda have been moved for approval and seconded by Nancy Boyle. I have a motion by, was it Conde?
Me.
By Christie and a second by Nancy Boyle. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed say sign. Motion carried. The next item is to approve the minutes of the September 19, 2024 meeting. Can I get a motion for approval of the minutes?
So moved.
So moved.
Oops. Sorry, Carolyn.
How
That's
many
okay.
people moved? Who
I'll
moved?
second it.
Perfect.
Thank you. I have a motion to move for the approval of the minutes for last meeting by Kristen and seconded by Caroline. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say sign.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion carried. We have somebody in our midst today who will be presenting for us on the inclusivefargo.com. It's a website that has been in the works to help us build an inclusive city. It's for the community, it's for everyone. I mean, where we can put hot button topics and put every other thing is open to everybody to make contribution. We just want to bring our community together. And so today we have in our midst Crystal Jimerson who will be presenting. Crystal, you're welcome.
Hi, good morning. Crystal Jamerson from Iris Solutions. We are a digital marketing firm in Minnesota. And I was approached by Soku to put together a new project, a new website called Inclusive Fargo. We wanted to make it a simple design that would be very user-friendly for the team that's going to be for Inclusive Fargo. And so I'll just kind of go through the site. We'll walk through all the pages so that you can see the functionality. And then after that, if you do have any questions about what we can do, definitely want to be able to explore those. And feel free to stop me at any time. If you have a question, I'm okay with that. Okay, so first off, we just have the, as we scroll down here, a little bit about us comes up. On About Us, all of the links work till it'll take you to your About Us page. We have a couple of options for the users in the community. The community forum, where people would be able to express their, maybe there's some of their concerns that they're having or questions that are going on, maybe some hot button topics that they had some questions. If they wanted to volunteer for a cause, maybe you may have an event that's going on, or you may have a couple of different opportunities in the community for people to be able to volunteer. That would be a really great place for you to have them sign up. We also have the public petitions, and these will be where you can house your electronic petitions online so that community members will be able to go to one place to be able to locate all those. We go to community happenings. Community Happenings is really functional. It's a basic blog, but it has lots of different functionality to whether, oops, I'm a little protected. Oh, there we go, sorry. So community happenings can be structured any way that you like. It can just be a daily reminder of different things that are going going on in the community. It can focus on your hot button topics. It can let you know about events. I just put a couple of examples of different things that you could have pop up here. You do have some functionality on that to be able to only allow events that pop up. So we can add a tag. So it's just, you know, Martin Luther King Day, maybe voting for the human rights award that's going to be going on for Martin Luther King. So you can put those on there, or you can definitely talk about the issues that are being pressed right now. As you guys grow, there are community partners. So this is just kind of a nice spot where maybe you are going to be partnering with some of the hospitals when you're going to be talking about community members, maybe other different organizations, the homeless shelter, Great Plains Food Bank, different people that are part of your inclusive environment and diverse community. Those you can put there to showcase that. And all of these can be linked to their websites as well. On the bottom, we just wanted to keep it simple. We wanted it to be Inclusive Fargo. There is a Gmail account currently that's just associated with it, so that if community members do have questions, they can definitely write in to the email. And we'll go back up to the top here. So about us, let's see. This is just the why that Inclusive Fargo was created. And, you know, Soku can go over that a little bit more in detail. And you can also look at it online and on your phone. But it just has a very simple reason for why Inclusive Fargo was created. And then if you wanted to go into a little bit more in depth, it talks about the news of Inclusive Fargo. So this is where all of your postings would be located at. Any of the postings that you thought were relevant, and like I said, all of them can be customized to how you want people to see that. As you grow and start to add people onto your team, we can give a professional profile for all of the different team members. So far right now, it's a team of one. So we have Soku, and I asked him to graciously give me some information about him so that we can locate that. As part of the package that I do provide, all members on the team would get a professional headshot for free to be able to put onto the website. So that would be no cost to you, and it would be just a value-added service that I provide. And then that headshot is provided to you to be able to use wherever you would like. For petition section, here's where you can house all of your, and I do apologize, the internet is just a little slow on my end, so I do apologize. But there is a section on here, maybe I'll just refresh it. Give me one moment, please.
Take whatever time you need, and the comments so far, beautiful, and thank you.
Yes, no, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so we'll get back to our preview section. All right, so let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay. So on the petition section, you can include all of your electronic petitions, and that can be for the whole city of Fargo. For the different petitions that you have for the city of Fargo members. They can all be listed here. You can also have a database on here that's embedded where you can, like a depository for different documents, and I can make sure that this is password protected so that you don't have just any community member downloading whatever they choose to, but it'll only be accessed by the members of your team. We have the community forum, and this community forum will be kind of like, almost like its own little Facebook, to where people will be able to talk about the hot button topics. However, all comments are approved by the moderator. We want to make sure that it's not a bashing fest. We want to make sure that it's clean and that the information that's being put on there is exactly what we want to talk about. We do want to encourage everybody to be open with their conversation, but we want to make sure that it's appropriate. The next we have on there is your simple contact. And so in here we have just a simple contact form where people can just mail in. Maybe they don't feel like going on to the community forum or something, but there is a topic that they want to express and talk to you. And all of this gets sent over to the email address that's located on there, which is that inclusivefargond@gmail. There is a search bar on the top. I have it faint right now just because I didn't know exactly what other functionality that you would like to add, but we do have that option for the whole site to be searchable so that if somebody is looking for a particular topic or a particular petition, they can just type in their search and it'll be accessible. Currently, right now, there is a lot of different functionality that we are able to provide. We're able to provide databases for the community members. We're able to provide repositories. If you have questions on it, please let me know. Also, what's included with your website is an hour free training for any of the members that would be using the website. The biggest thing about my business is that I want to make sure that it is yours. It is your control. It is your ability to be able to change it however you want to. If you would like for me to help, if you would like maintenance, I definitely am able to provide that. However, I think that it's really important, especially nowadays, there are a lot of times where only the developer, only the digital company that you work with has the control, and then you have to continue to pay to get changes. And I don't believe in that. I just believe that you should be able to have that control. And if you want to use us, we have a lot of a la carte services. But yes, you do get a free hour of additional training. That is what I had on Inclusive Fargo. I'm really happy to be working with you guys on this project. Please let me know if you have any questions and I can go into detail for those.
Thank you, Crystal.
The site is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
The navigation, the colors, the ability to get everything in one place, but it's not so overpowering with information is very clear. That is definitely one thing. I do have a question for Sekou. In this particular site, is it where the city is going to use it, or is this for you specifically? Is it for human rights specifically? Is it for this? I guess I want to know who are the users for this.
Sure, great question. When I thought about this vision came to me on the day that DEI was eliminated, and I wanted to give the community a voice. So this is purely going to be community-based, managed by the HRC. That was my intention.
Okay.
And so I'm looking for other people to join me and sign up and let us be the administrator of the site.
Okay.
If the city wants to partner, I mean, it's open to the city too.
We want to be inclusive with the
Yes.
city.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
One thing that came to mind in this, and it might be something that would be one of the top tabs, but something of where we could take action. And hopefully I'm close enough here, but someplace where it could guide people to talk to these members, attend this event, just be educated more, and especially with us having a legislative session. What are those upcoming bills, especially under that umbrella that would be impacting that of human rights, that sort of piece, maybe links to how to lobby. That, I think, moving forward, especially during any legislative session, could be really helpful. So that's just throwing out an idea right now.
No, I think that's important. I believe that being able to give resources to your community is going to be the only way for your community to grow. And to be able to not have to use programs, but to be able to empower themselves. So being able to include a tab on education and resources, we could even have something that says resources and then subheading as education, subheading as call to action, so that maybe part of that volunteering section is, would you like to volunteer to act for a particular topic that's going on? So we can definitely include that. That's not a problem at all.
Great question.
Yep.
Oh no, I was just.
All right. Any other question, discussion on that?
I guess, what are next steps with the website or like, yeah, action? What's that? What happens now?
You want to take that?
Sure. Why don't we can tag team. So the next steps that I would say would be to gather your team to see who would like to be a part of this, so that I would be able to give training, and then also to be able to see, just kind of like Ms. Boyle said, would you like subsections? Would you like anything additional? Is there different functionality that you want? So then I would be able to get that functionality solid, and then I can say, okay, then you can maybe bring it on live to the community so that they know where to go as an additional resource to the other resources that are available.
And the site is already gone live, right?
The site is live. You can also, it's mobile enabled. I did that over the weekend, so it should be good to go. The functionality is a little bit smaller on the mobile site so that you're not overwhelmed, but hopefully intrigued to go back onto the website to be able to fill out forms. But you absolutely can use all of the different tabs online.
So then my question for you, Sekou, is how do we get this into the community? How does that look like? Because as of now, the city of Fargo has their own page, although I don't see a petition place. I think you got to go to certain commissioner, and then there's a one you could put idea. But how does this differ from what the city of Fargo have, and then how do we now put this into the community?
That's a good question. And like I said, we want to partner with everybody. It's called Inclusive Fargo. So
Yeah.
that includes the city, that includes the community, just all and sundry. So if the city say, hey, we can also incorporate this in our site, perfect. We will work with that because people visit the city site. Also, we will get into the community, person to person, organization, one person at a time, and we will send out the link. I will send a link to organizations that I know, hey, this is a new site for community engagement and advocacy. So yeah, so that's how we're gonna do it. And I need other people to sign up to join me so that we can do that. If you're interested in signing up to be, part of the team, like she said, we'll get your headshot. You send your little brief profile. We'll put that there too, so we can all manage this. It's not about me, it's about the community. So we all got to get on board to do this. And Crystal is very good at what she does. So if you need her help and services in any area, hey, don't approach her. Come to me. I'm the agent. I'm just kidding. She's really good. So yeah, you can always work with her. And every change you need, any addition you need, just let us know and she will work on that. Yep.
And I guess, have there been conversations with Brenda or Mike or other city staff people to collaborate yet, or is this just kind of the first?
This is just the first because it's been in the works. We just
Okay.
been hinting on it in different meetings. Now that we've done a presentation, they've seen it, I'm going to meet them and then we'll discuss way forward how the city can come on board. And I will meet individual commissioner
Okay.
too. And but what do you guys think?
Makes sense. It's nice. So it's a nice website. It's like Dave said, it's really nicely built. For
She even has another tab on it that she did not talk about if we wanted to even do fundraiser, right?
Oh,
We have a
yes.
fundraiser tab on that.
So we did enable the website to have an e-commerce feature so that you can accept payments. I know that, if this turns in, whether it be a project or whether it turns into its own nonprofit of some sort, fundraising so that you're able to get the word out, attend events, you'll need some funding. Maybe there's things that you need to purchase as promotional materials to let the community know. So that has the functionality in there. It's already built in the back end. Right now, the tab is hidden. So whenever you're ready to rock and roll, you just let me know and I'll open that up for you.
Any additional questions, comments? Thank you for coming, Crystal.
Thank you
We
for having
are
me.
grateful that you were here.
Thank you,
Bravo.
Crystal.
Have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
You as well.
The next item on our agenda, winter call to action. We already in the winter season, and With the holiday season upon us and this being a time for giving, we want to discuss some of the needs within the community. The City of Fargo ham production staff, they come to discuss with us. We'll hear from them. And if any member of the HRC also have any additional organizations that they would like to share, we will be open to that. You're welcome from the Fargo Ham Production. I didn't get your name, so I cannot specify your name. So you
My
can
name is
introduce
Kurt.
yourself. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Carissa Ron. I am the homeless outreach coordinator for the Fargo Cass Public Health City of Fargo.
And I am Sydney May. I am the data specialist for the harm reduction division with Fargo Cass Public Health.
So thank you for having us today. So we just kind of put together a little wish list here for some of the guests that we are serving here at the Downtown Engagement Center that really helps us, especially in times of need with the weather and other on-the-go things that they need, like hats, gloves, on-the-go snacks. So go ahead. So the guests served by the harm reduction division programming are in need of a variety of different things, especially throughout the winter season. A couple things: adult winter snow boots, hats, gloves, adult bibs, jackets, overalls, thick socks, boot and hand warmers, and then thermal undergarments. And as well as bus passes, flashlights, pet supplies, high protein on the go snacks. We are seeing a lot more pets, so like leashes, crates, kennels, things so that we can get those animals inside. And so we just wanted to say thank you very much, again, for allowing us to be in here today. Yeah, and also, by the way, it doesn't have to be brand new things. It can all be it can be used. We take anything.
Do you have any questions?
Yes, when you said, I'm guessing we can drop this off at the Downtown Engagement Center, but are there other locations individuals in the community could be dropping these items off?
Yep, so our Downtown Engagement Center, we're open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Otherwise, our Gladys Ray Homeless Shelter, that's open starting at 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. So anytime, if they want to just give us a call ahead of time, we can provide you with those phone numbers, and then we can also help unload if needed.
Do you have a virtual link for your list that we could share out?
We can send you one.
Great.
Do you have an Amazon wish list or anything like that?
No, we get asked about that a lot, but we do also have our Facebook page, so they can reach out to us as well on there.
Do all of the area shelters allow pets?
Not that I'm aware of, but I think Churches United does. I'm not sure of New Life Center, but I know that's something that we're really trying to help accommodate at this time.
Just going along the question relating to pets, I know this is at least a decade ago, but there was a partnership with Humane Society and a non-for-profit that works with individuals that are abused in placing animals in temporary shelter, in essence. And so I know that's a little bit different than what we're talking about here, but wondering if just a overall thought or suggestion, and that might be something Humane Society might be willing to do moving forward.
That would be great.
Right.
I think it's really hard to, especially like a lot of folks that we are seeing are choosing, like they don't want to leave their pet. And so that's another thing that we don't want to have to separate. So at least this gives us an opportunity to keep them together.
I know we have a nonprofit that helps with transportation in general. It's called Resource Connect, and they provide bus passes, gas cards, as well as shared transportation or regular transportation. So if you guys provide the information, I can connect the two. So that could be something that's definitely given.
That would be wonderful. We can send you our email addresses.
Yes.
Caroline, we know you're online. We don't want to forget you. Do you have any question, contribution to any of the discussions?
No, it was very informative. Thank you for having it. It's very important topic at this time.
Thank you. And this is what we're talking about. So Crystal's still here, and that's what Inclusive Fargo is looking for. We can add you to our resource page, call to actions for the winter, and if she can get your information, we can do some updates tonight on the website so that, the community knows, because we got to get the word out. You're doing something great.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. Yeah.
How many people are we currently seeing at the Downtown Engagement Center every day?
So average, we're seeing anywhere between 80 to 100 individuals.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about at winter warming?
Warming Center, again, averaging about 37 a night, I believe, for the month of December. That number does fluctuate, so it's not concrete 37 every night, but that's our average right now.
I know there's rumor about either Churches United or New Life, one of them closing down. How are you guys preparing for that?
So at this time, Churches United has secured funding, I believe, through the end of the year at least, and they're working on those things. I will say all of the area shelters are meeting twice a week,
Okay.
posted under the FM Coalition to End Homelessness, so that we can collaborate and get people who are experiencing homelessness in the correct shelter setting for them as we work towards more permanent, stable housing.
Okay.
What is the capacity for the winter warming center? Or
60.
60.
60? Okay.
Thank you.
Do you know how many folks are still? Do you have a rough estimate of how many are still outside at night right now?
It varies every single night. The last time that we were able to come out, it was about 9 individuals.
Okay.
And then some of that is stemming from people with pets, unfortunately. So that is part of the reason we are working towards a solution with that as well. The crates and the kennels would really help with that.
Are city staff still making direct contact with folks outside?
Yes. Awesome.
Okay. Thank you.
And again, just a reminder too, is that if throughout the city, if they do see individuals that are still outside, to report to Fargo One, so we can make sure that we get out there and make that contact as well.
How many kennels do you think you're looking for? Like variety of sizes, like
It depends.
truly anything you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have cats and dogs, so variety of size. Yeah.
Okay.
I forget, what is Fargo?
I have a
One?
question.
Yes, go ahead, Caroline.
For the unhoused housing is, for many people, just getting them into housing can alleviate their situation. How are you working with the city to find housing for these people? More permanent housing.
So we are City of Fargo employees. So we're still trying to connect with folks on the daily and meeting people where they're at. So that means if getting them IDs, helping them get their birth certificates, making it to their Fargo housing meetings, also connecting them with case managers. We also do have a list of partners as well that we can show you. I think it was the other PowerPoint. Oh, sorry. There we go. Oh, and then these are local partners that do help us and are individuals that we do see on the daily basis.
With you, with this group of individuals right here, would you, I don't want to say assume, but do we know, would majority of these organizations also take donations? I'm just thinking,
Yes.
as many organizations, different locations for people to just know that these
Absolutely.
entities would accept, distribute, et cetera.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I think these are wonderful partners, and especially with the conversation already going on dealing with the unhoused. And these are people that should be invited to the table, because if they're already helping to end homelessness, I mean, I don't see why they would not be invited to the table for, a better discussion to, craft a solution on how we proceed. Thank you for all you do. Is there any other?
Yes, one more question, please. You had mentioned Fargo One.
Yes.
What is that?
It's on the City of Fargo website. It's connected just to us, so we can report if there is people unhoused. So like if there is like potholes in the roads, but now we can contact us, so that if you go to the City of Fargo page, there is an option for people that are sleeping outside and people camping as well. And those reports would come to us so that we could try to connect with them as soon as possible.
So,
Okay.
so sorry, one more question about the pets. So if somebody wanted to have like crates delivered from like an Amazon or whatever, what address would we send those to?
The 222 4th Street North in Fargo, North Dakota. That's our downtown engagement center address.
Attention, anybody specific?
The downtown engagement center. Yeah.
Okay.
The conversation on homelessness Every time we keep that conversation, in my mind, I think we are a little myopic when it comes to that topic because we only think about the people in the streets. There's so many people that are homeless that are not in the streets. I know so many families who lost their homes and they've been living in hotels for 4 months, 5 months, spending all the family resources just paying from one hotel to another. And that is why our church, we've been developing this program called the Bridge House. So our church wants to get some properties. So when these families are faced with this situation, we can house them for at least 2-3 months until they can get back on their feet, solve whatever problems that made them to lose their homes. Some is border on credit, some maybe eviction in their record. And we've been working with that. We work with a particular family, and they're well settled now. They came in from Minneapolis. They tried to move to Fargo for many years. They couldn't move because that record followed them because they had some eviction. I personally gave them my apartment that I had at the time, and they came in, we settled them, we work with them. I work with them to repair their credits, and everything happened. Today, they are very comfortable. So homelessness is not just people that are in the street who don't have where to go. There's some homeless people that are living with relatives and living with friends. All these people need help. So I think we need to have a broader scope when we're looking at homelessness. But
Sure.
we appreciate what you do.
Just one additional question, back to the Fargo one, and you said we can find that information on the City of Fargo site. Is that a form people fill out? Is there a phone number associated with that? What can we share with the community today?
Both, it's a City of Fargo page. So once you click on it, then you just scroll down, then you click on, for example, if there is someone sleeping outside, I believe it's homelessness is the tab, correct, Brenda? And then it's the unhoused neighbors. And then it could be either the camping or just the individual. And then they can add as much information as possible.
So electronic form, not a phone number? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Okay, just want to clarify once again for those that might be watching this later.
Sure.
Et cetera.
Yep.
There's also an option on there to submit like photos, I'm pretty sure coordinates or like the location itself as well, which can be really helpful to staff when they are trying to outreach so they have an idea.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate that.
We might be visiting with you sometimes to discuss the Bridge House vision, idea and see where we can partner with the city, But thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Eye-opening, great discussion, and keep on doing what you do.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
The next on our agenda is the MLK update, and we have commissioner members Zoe Osby, who will give us an update on the MLK Day celebration. And
Nope. I'm just running the mouse.
And
Unless
Brenda-
you want to come down, Zoe.
It's okay, I guess, since you're up. But Fred is online, I believe. And he has a meeting at 1. So do we want him to go first?
Yeah, since he's
don't-
online.
he's-
Hey, Frank, are
Fred?
you there?
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right. Well, I'm happy that I'm heard loud and clear. I apologize. I do have a meeting at 1. So Zoe, thank you for kindly letting me go first. I would like to talk to you all about the Umoja 56 Martin Luther King celebration presented by the City of Fargo, curated by Fred's Dissonance, which happens to be a company that I've been working for a while. Our primary goal this year was to continue talking about living the dream of Martin Luther King. And what does that mean? And so for many years, we've had this event, and we have folks who are over the age of 27 to 30 who are performing, showcasing their talent and their abilities. And so we wanted to do the total opposite. Everybody who will be on stage will be a youth from somewhere in the Fargo Public School District or the Moorhead Public School District. This is very important for us because we oftentimes tell youth what to expect or what they should be doing to live the dream, but instead the youth will be telling you exactly how they live the dream through poetry, through dancing, through spoken word, and more importantly, through speeches. This is the first year we'll have middle school participants. So we'll have students from Carl Bend Middle School performing what they believe living the dream of Martin Luther King is. At this event, we also have the amazing HRC Awards, in which the City of Fargo, Zoe, and other folks have done an amazing job with promoting that. And so we also have that nomination form on the website. It is currently on the social media accounts. It's on the City of Fargo's website. And so our goal is to have a great HRC award ceremony. And we also have Tristan Love, who is a unique, amazing part of our community, He is the educational justice for the District of Fargo Public Schools. He will be our keynote speaker that night. This is not only a packed and amazing event, it doesn't ignore the trajectory or journey Martin Luther King has went on. In fact, we went a step further to hire a full youth choir. And so Carly Gradner, the Davies High School Choir Vivace, they will be coming and blowing our heads away with songs and hymns from the soul. And so this entire event is about an hour and a half long, close to 2 hours. It'll be pretty action-packed from the start to the finish. We are working with We Are One, which is an amazing event curation company. We're working with Fred's Dissonance and some other folks to make sure that this event goes well. And we just appreciate the support from the city. We plan to continue to make an impact in a way that is sober, but is also cultural. And so we are excited for different people to come and learn and grow and showcase that one Fargo-ness that I heard earlier on this call. I just also want to give a shout out to that website. I never would have thought Fargo would have something of that sort. And so that's really cool to see those steps. And so, yeah, that is Umoja 56, Martin Luther King celebration in a nutshell. Do y'all have any questions for me?
Any question for Fred?
No questions, and a thank you for your continued passion.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to know, when is the event? What's the date of it?
So I could answer, but I want to, yep. I don't know.
Is this for Fred? Well, it's January 20th, the evening and what time does it start, Fred?
Doors will open at 6. Show will start at 6:30.
Perfect. January 20th, 6 p.m.
And so if people click on that nomination form, that's just a fillable.
Yes. So if there are no other questions for
Sorry.
I do have
Fred.
a question for Fred. Fred, what does Martin Luther King Day mean to you?
To be honest, it means absolutely nothing. I think Martin Luther King's impact versus the day that he was born is completely different for me. So I think it's important to talk about the aftermath of Martin Luther King after his passing, but his birthday also represents to me what our generation can be, right? This next generation. But the actual day means literally nothing to me. I think his impact and his legacy and the values that he put into his children and the work that Bernice King is still doing to this day when it comes to those in poverty, those who are struggling. She believes in putting those at the forefront. One of the crazy things that I heard the King family talk about recently was we can't advocate for homeless people unless homeless people are at the forefront of these decisions that we make. We can't advocate for those in poverty unless those who are in poverty are at the table. And so for me, the day means nothing, but the value of that man and impact of his legacy means everything to me.
Thank you. Well said.
Any other question? Zoe and Brenda, are you guys ready to present? Thank you, Fred. Thank you for being here, and thank you for all you do to make our community better.
Hey, likewise. Thank y'all so much. Keep on changing lives. Hopefully one of y'all get nominated for that Changemaker stuff. All right. Have a good one, y'all.
Thank you, Fred. You have a good rest of the day.
I actually don't think that's possible. So just putting that out there.
We can be awarding ourselves.
Well, yes, thank you, Fred. And before we get into this, I really want to say a huge thank you to Brenda. And Michael and the communications team, they have just gone above and beyond this year with not only updating the nomination form, but also all of the press and visibility we've gotten this year in relation to the Human Rights Awards. We did 2 Facebook Lives this week and possibly starting a HRC fireside chat monthly. So on Facebook Live. So really exciting things coming from it.
Yep.
But yes, so here is our nomination form. Really easy. It's fargond.gov/MLK. I've said it quite a bit this week, so it's stuck in my head. And so when you're on the form or on our website, it has the past winners, but then there is the nomination form. Sorry, Brenda. And so you'll just click on the nomination form and the date, and then you'll select the category or nomination type. So we have the adult, over 18, the youth, who under 18 category, and then a business or nonprofit, which could be a small grassroots nonprofit or organization, or even a for-profit business who's doing great work in the community. And then you'll go to the next, the nominator information. And so you'll put the name of the organization, their address, phone number, and obviously with the asterisks, we can see that those are the main items we need. And then after that, in the about your nominee, last year I believe it was just one really big broad question, and this year we broke it up to get more specific and to help folks really think about why they're nominating that individual or organization so that they're giving more. I think the nomination committee last year, there wasn't a lot of information, so we really want to get a robust nomination. So as you can see, there's 4 different questions asking about what the individual organization is doing, how are they addressing discrimination issues or promoting respect for diversity, what specific communities or groups have benefited. So if they're working with the LGBT plus community or the New American community, so really knowing where they're working. And then also what are the actions that align with MLK Junior values and legacy. So breaking it down so they can really think about who they are, what actions are they doing, are they advocating, are they sending out weekly emails sharing information so people get engaged, are they on the front lines distributing furniture or getting apartments furnished for folks. So really going into the nitty gritty so we can really learn about them. And then after that, it's really just submitting the application. Brenda, as of last night, I don't know if you have a new number this morning. So as of last night at our weekly meeting, we had 1 nomination submitted. So really exciting. It's only been open for a couple of days. And a couple other updates. We have met with communications and we are hoping to do videos of the winners. So at the celebration, there's a video of not only the nominee, but the person who nominated them, kind of sharing why they nominated them, and really hoping to make it a more robust award ceremony. And then the awards, we're working on those as well, of creating a more specific award for the individuals. Brenda, any other comments?
No, I think you got everything.
Okay. And I have
go ahead.
I have 2 action items for us. One is not to invite 5 people. I know we all know 5 people to the MLK celebration on January 20th. Fred really wants to see a full house, and I think it is such a great event, and to see the youth up on stage is just so powerful. And then 2, I would urge you to send this link with an ask folks to nominate different organizations and different individuals. There are so many groups and people doing this work out there, and you all are plugged in. So share it with your communities and ask them to nominate. Let's just stick with 5.
Yeah.
Is there a way to get this flyer out to communities that may not access the internet every single day or might have trouble accessing the internet? Maybe just bringing it to local shelters, barbershops, jobs that might have individuals who...
Yeah, that's a great suggestion that we can ask communications team to see what we can make. I know Fred is creating a QR code to this page that they're hoping to put on Snapchat to get that demographic of folks. But I don't see why we couldn't put that QR code on a flyer.
Thank you.
How do the voting for the winner looks like? Do we select the winner, or is it a subgroup, or how does that look like?
Yeah, there is a subcommittee who goes through the applications and selects the 3 winners. Last year, it was just Carolyn, Sekou, and myself. But we don't really have one set up currently. So if you're interested in being on the nomination committee, just reach out and let me know.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been
So
asking.
if I can jump in,
as
we
humans-
haven't,
Oh, go ahead.
even if you look at the last meeting, we didn't do a subcommittee. Zoe kind of has taken the lead, and it's who would like to be part of it. I think Zoe's kind of, looking at the minutes of the last meeting, Zoe's taking the lead. And if you would like to help we want anyone that wants to help, please let Zoe know. And then we'll either make sure, do we have a quorum, do we not? If we have a quorum, we'll notice the meeting.
Okay.
Great point about noticing.
Yes.
Additional question as far as the subcategories, so it's youth and then adult and organization. I did notice on the page that when it said youth, it also brought up college. So I'm just wondering, do we have a cutoff on age? Is it 17 and younger? Are we looking at college age staying in that youth category or bumping that up to adult? Just for clarification on that. Or doesn't it really matter?
So I would say it's what you want.
Okay.
You had a
Sounds good,
question?
thank you.
You had a question?
I did. The train left the station.
Is there any other question? I think, Zoe, I would have loved to ask the nomination page. Is there something we can share on the inclusivefargoND.com for other people to ask?
Share away.
Yeah.
Crystal can be one of your 5 people you share it with.
Oh, okay. I do remember my question. My question was, although we cannot nominate ourselves, are we able to like highlight? Because some of us are in the community and we do see people who've been working hard. Are we able to nominate other people within the community, or is that just off limits to us?
You can nominate whoever you want.
Okay.
As many people you want to nominate. The selection committee, they sift through all the nominations and come up with the best 3.
Okay.
Yep. So we can nominate as many as we want.
Okay.
Just the 11 people on this
The
commission.
reason I ask is because I don't want it to be like, well, yeah. So.
I mean, you bring up a good point.
Yeah.
Of if we're nominating folks and then on the selection committee.
Yeah,
that-
conflict of interest.
I was wondering.
Yeah.
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 So it might be, Zoe, I mean, to your point, maybe it's, if you're not going to be part of the selection, then maybe you don't want to be part of the selection, so you can nominate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're like, I mean, I think it'll just be hard if you're voting and it's your nominee, is what I think the question becomes one.
Yeah.
So I think it's just however you feel.
Yeah, if you really feel, like you want to nominate, then I would say you don't want to serve on the selection committee. That it kind of, conflict of interest.
Yeah.
So we want to avoid that. Any appearance of impropriety. Yep. Any other discussion on this?
No.
Okay.
Thank you, Zoe.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Zoe.
Thank you,
Thank
Brenda,
you, Fred,
for
and
your
thank you,
hard
Brenda.
work.
Great presentation, Zoe.
Yeah.
And Michael too. Michael is, he's part of the brain behind the work.
Yeah, I know. We're just giving Brenda all. He's sitting there like, what about me?
Thank you, Brenda.
Yeah. Next item on our agenda is administrative updates. Do we have any administrative updates right now?
No, we're just really working diligently on MLK Day. We are really focused and honed in, trying to make sure we get as much out as we can. And we know we have a really short turnaround time, and we're trying to get as many applicants as we can in there.
Great. That would take us into our announcements. Any of our HRC members have any announcements?
Were we going to announce anything about SIF?
About what?
Community innovative or integration facilitator.
I think that's an ongoing discussion at channel, so I will love to table that, and maybe between now and the next meeting, January, I'm sure some more discussions will come to the fore. And so, we will just skip that for now. Any other announcement? Okay. Couple announcements. I will not really announcement of this. When we went for the Facebook Live broadcast, I did speak to the team over there. We want to have HRC, even if it depends on who's available. We want to start a community outreach through social media, and so if we could do once a month for now. They've already agreed. They just want us to, let them know when we want to start. If we want to start this month, if we want to start next month, we can have various topics and have different HRC members go in studio and talk about it. That will be broadcast. It's a partnership we're building. We really want to get the word out there. Zoe and I, we were brainstorming, and we're thinking every year we want to have, catchphrases that will kind of energize or galvanize us, So we think in 2025, we're looking at a catchphrase of diving deeper. HRC, we're diving deeper in 2025. That will be our catchphrase that we're looking at. We'll bring it back to the team. We can vote on it if it's something. It's not going to be unilateral decision. So we're looking at a couple of things. We'll do the website again. It's inclusivefargond.com. www.inclusivefargond.com. You can go there and sign up, and if you want to be a team member, we will have free training for you. 1 hour training on how to navigate the site, what to do, and we'll set you up so you a team member. So that is also in the works. I'm thinking I will talk with Crystal after here. We're going to print some transparent stickers that people can stick on their cars, on their doors, wherever at their offices with the QR code on it that you can just scan and takes you straight to the website, because we want everybody in the community to be aware. Somebody asked that question, how we going to get the community engaged. Yes, we will print a transparent sticker that you can just stick anywhere on your book, wherever, and on your decks, and people can see in public places, and they can just scan. I will make sure I take them to different businesses, churches, organizations. So those are some of the things that we are working on. Hopefully we can add the MLK Day Award stuff to the website too. We can update that and add the Fargo Ham production. We can also add them to the website, create that tab for resource, and we can put those there where people can sign up on. And those just some of the things I was thinking of. So if there's no other announcements, then we can proceed. Okay, thank you. Carola, do you have any announcement?
I do not,
Thank you.
other than you're the best dressed person I've ever seen.
Michael won't take that. Hey, don't get me in trouble with Michael. Thank you. The next item on our agenda is public comments. Those who wish to address the Human Rights Commission must use the sign-up sheet. Speakers must state their name and will be limited to 2.5 minutes. Comments should not contain profanity or personal attacks. Staff, do we have anyone who signed up for public comment? Thank you. There's no public comment, and I think we exhausted our agenda, so I will, if there's no other business, then I would like to bring to a close this meeting of the Human Rights Commission. Stands adjourned. Our next regular meeting scheduled for January 16, 2024, and we look forward to seeing you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.